recording. Let me just double check here. Going live. Going live. Okay, yeah. YouTube is going.
Sweet.
And in fact, I see my chat. I don't remember how to see my channel. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, we're here today. We have gathered here today to celebrate the Lone Wolf and Cub. This is a third and wrong. It's been a while. The last one was Trimmers, and it was...
When was that?
A very long time ago.
Over a year ago. Right?
You think so?
Yeah.
I had it pulled up earlier.
I didn't put any dates down on my notes.
I've got so many things open here.
But that's not true.
March 31st, 2018. Oops, now that's over here. Okay.
Wow. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it did take us a while to even get to watching these movies.
Mm.
And then another about that long to actually talking about them.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I watched these probably at least 6 months ago.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe more.
It's
February. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember when I watched them, but it was a while ago. Everything good?
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could figure out when I created this note. But I don't see... There's no info. Anyway. Yeah, it's been a while. I watched a movie and then another and something, and it took a while because... spoilers, I didn't really enjoy this series very much.
Neither did I.
It was hard to care about or watch. So that's why it's been almost 2 years.
It was also subtitled, so you had to you couldn't really look away very often.
Well, not only was it was subtitled, and also he's speaking very old-fashioned Japanese. So
yeah.
It was very hard to pay attention enough. And yeah, it's not conducive to the way that I end up watching movies most of the time, which is I've got it on this screen over here while I'm doing work over here, and then occasionally we'll look up when there's a loud explosion or there's some sort of tense dialogue or something, or I'm folding laundry while that's how I end up taking in movies most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're right. It was hard to focus on.
Well, yeah, and also they're not very good movies.
They're not.
They're not bad. They're just not very good.
Mm. Yeah, they're weird. They're weird.
Yeah. Also, the first 4 of them were all released in the same year.
Cheers, by the way.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Just a little day drinker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's get through. Are we going to talk movie by movie?
That's the only way we can do it.
All right. Hold on.
By the way, okay. I was going to say, by the way, if I seem distracted, it's because I am. Right now, I've got a lot happening on my desk. I've got 3 different computers, 7 different video devices.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm not thinking about this. What?
I was gonna say, if it seems like I'm distracted, it's because I am. I've got a lot happening over on my desk here. I'm trying to update this computer because, oh, by the way, this current episode is taking place in the background of from next week, our children are not going to have school probably, and so
mine definitely.
oops, that's the wrong password. Damn it. And so I've got to do stuff. Also, my son is not going to be going to cram school, so I'm trying to update his computer so he can do online lesson, cram school lesson thing tonight. So I'm doing that because he doesn't update his computer by himself, and blah blah blah, and anyway, a lot's happening.
All right, well, let's go through these movies.
Number
Sword of
one.
Vengeance.
Do you have listed the names of the movies? Because I just have them number 1, number 2.
I have the names. They're all called Lone Wolf and Cub, something.
Mm-hmm.
This one's called Sword of Vengeance.
Got it.
From 1972.
Mm-hmm.
And man, can you tell it's from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
The music for the opening credits there's 2 of them that I like. This was one of them. I don't remember. I remember liking the music,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't remember what the song sounds like right now. But I remember there were 2. Yeah, it's like that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this is the one weirdly I remember the best. The first one.
Mm.
And it's the one I watched the longest.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, this is the one that I remember, and I don't even think it's very good.
Mm.
I was very confused
Mm-hmm.
at the beginning, of like what was happening, like what, because I didn't know anything about the story at all.
Mm-hmm.
But
me neither. I'd never even heard about it before you brought it up.
Yeah, it was not really recommended, but one of my friends had mentioned this movie and comic book a few times, and had said that he really liked them. And there aren't a lot of movies or series with 6 movies, so
yeah,
this was the one. Yeah, I thought the main actor, I forget his name, doesn't matter. He is the most like subdued, like no reaction to. He's the coolest guy in the world.
Uh-huh.
And I don't mean cool like awesome cool, like just like no feeling or reaction to anything.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess would go with his character. He's supposed to be the local what's it called?
Executioner.
He's the executioner.
Mm-hmm.
Or what former executioner.
Right.
But so I guess maybe that's supposed to be part of his character, but
yeah,
he's really uninteresting to watch on the screen the entire time.
Yeah, my third note is, could they have found a less attractive actor for this lead role?
Yeah, he's like a real dumpy looking guy.
Yeah.
Like, I guess he's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him that. But the things he's supposed to be doing, like jumping around and flips and swinging his sword and stuff, you're like, there's no way this dumpy guy could do all that.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's just really, it's very unbelievable.
Dumpy is a good descriptive word for him.
Yeah, so a weird choice for the main actor.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing, like just like the story-wise, he's got this kid with him, or his kid. It's his kid, right?
Yes.
What is it? The Yagyu? They kill his family.
Yes.
And so, like, yeah, it opens with him and the stroller and the kid. So he's clearly got the kid, and then like halfway through the movie, they do this whole flashback where he's giving the kid the option. Ooh, will he go for the sword or will he go for the toy? Right? Like if he goes, I forget which is which. If he goes for one, he's gonna kill his kid and just move on with his life. If he goes for the other one, he's gonna bring it with him. And they make a big deal of like, oh, which one is the kid gonna go for? We know which one the kid picks.
It's a flashback.
Like he's in the, like, it's so ridiculous that they spend this time on this flashback of like, ooh, which one's he gonna pick? Like, okay, it's pretty clear which one the baby picks. I think is it the sword is death, and he's gonna kill. I mean, he's gonna kill himself too. I don't remember. He was definitely gonna kill the kid though.
Yeah, you remember a lot more about this movie than I do.
I only have a couple more things to say. The sound is horrible in all of these movies. Like the opening credits song I liked, the sound work is just awful. It's,
Mhm.
I mean, maybe that's what movies sounded like at the time. Maybe it was fine, but now it just sounds terrible.
Yeah, you are right. But I mean, who knows? Like we did not watch the Blu-ray disc version of this movie,
Sure, yeah,
so it may sound better, but I doubt it. Doubt it sounds much better. I had yeah. What my fourth note right after the attractive one is what crazy fucking sound design. Where'd the rain sound go? Like there was
oh
a scene
yes,
where it just stopped. There was just no rain anymore.
but it is still
But
raining
it's
all
raining, yeah.
there's no more sound yet.
uh, so yeah, there's some questions. Uh,
Yeah, I also said some of the shots in the movie are like really nice, and
mhm.
some of them are really bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of really. So before we started recording, I was looking for a couple of like screen grabs I could take and like make design this thing, and like
Yeah,
there's so many. I wanted to get a full body shot. There's just so many like super up close shots throughout this whole thing. It was
yeah. Like later on, there's some like really wide shots they do in the later movies, but like
mhm,
this one specifically, everything is shot really up close
mhm.
and really dark. Like some scenes, like
Really
you can't
dark,
even tell what's happening.
really tight quarters.
Hmm.
Yes.
Uh,
All right, that computer's done. Okay.
one of my other notes says this is pretty far into the movie. It says I honestly didn't think there would be any women with lines in this movie
Mhm.
because like there's almost no women in the movie at all, and when they're there, they're barely there at all.
Yeah, the sound effects are nuts. The women are nuts. There's lots of boobs.
Yeah, there's way more boobs than I thought there would be. I honestly I didn't think there'd be any. So when there's a ton of them, I'm like, whoa, okay, wow. One of my notes says there's only 20 minutes left. Where is this going? Because like I had a hard time following what was going on in most of these movies.
Yeah.
They don't really make a lot of sense. Maybe they do if you're really into it, but I don't know. And one of my last things, and I do remember this, is all it says is, "Oh damn, he cut his legs off."
Oh, hey, oh shit, didn't expect the legs getting cut off. That's one of my notes. That was an impactful scene.
And then my very last line, and I remember thinking this too, was that I don't understand why like he let himself get caught by those guys at the end of the movie,
Hmm.
and then he just ends up wasting all of them in the end anyway. Right? Like he lets himself get taken in by that band of like bandit guys,
Uh-huh.
and then like right he gets forced into that one room, and then later on he just ends up killing all of them. Why not just walk in there and just kill everyone in the first place? That seemed to be his plan from the beginning. It
Uh-huh.
was it was just really confusing. Like why go through all this trouble of getting caught and then just end up killing everyone anyway?
Mhm.
But yeah, I like I said, I remember this one the most, but from reading my notes, it's not my favorite one.
So yeah, a lot of my notes are very similar too, as I've been looking through them now. Like the same thing about several beautiful shots in the movie, like the fighting at the waterfall, the bad dude in the onsen, steam,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a bunch of stuff that are very similar to your notes as well. The ADR and the Foley are real bad.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the legs getting cut off. And then my last note was, wow, that was the end. I mean, sure, but it kind of seemed a bit flat. I
Yeah,
don't know. Yeah, I
just
don't
kind of
remember
ends.
particularly what you were saying about him getting caught and then killing them, but I'm sure. But I did have a note earlier is that I'm liking it much more than I expected. But yeah, that was the only mention of what I thought of it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's movie one.
Yeah. Next movie is called. Oh god, the names of these movies are so bad.
Is this the hell one?
Well, they're all about hell, but this one is Baby Cart at the River
Oh,
Styx.
the River Styx. Yeah, there you go.
Also 1972.
Hmm.
Uh,
This is the movie. I think. Oh no, I was gonna say the least notes I have, but it's pretty close between this and number 4 and 5. Okay, go ahead.
All right, just remember this. First line. It has been a long time since I watched the first one, but I don't think it matters.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a pretty big break between me watching that first movie and
Yeah.
then getting through the other 5.
For sure, me too. I feel like I was the same.
I also, my next line, that is a start to a movie, holy shit, but I don't remember the start of the movie. I think it might be the 2 guys in the field,
Mm-hmm.
like a duel in the field, where he uses like the mirror to shine in the guy's face from his forehead or something. I remember that happening, but I don't remember if that's the beginning of this movie, but
Sure.
whatever.
Oh wait, no. So for me, number 3. Okay, so it looks like it's been nearly 5 months since I watched the second movie.
Yeah, I think you watched the first 2, and then there was a big break when I had only watched 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched 1 and I was like, all right, I think we're gonna get ready to do this. I'll start watching 1. And you were like, okay, cool. You watched the 1 and 2, and then I never watched them for a long time.
Yep.
I think is what happened.
Okay. I will say I apparently really disliked the second movie.
Uh, yeah, I don't have a lot of notes. One of my first notes after those 2 was I really wish I had a cleaned up version of these movies.
Mm.
This is what I'm watching is super muddy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I have a note that says this movie is better than the first one.
Huh.
But I don't like this is going to happen from now on. I can barely remember one movie from the other from now on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I have something about why did he kill those Cirque du Soleil clowns? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
uh, and then one of my other notes way down is why is he on the boat? What the fuck is happening?
The river Styx. Obviously.
But yeah, like I really can't go point by point on this one. I barely remember this one at all.
Same.
But in my I told you earlier, I wrote these like little like 5 or 6 sentence like summations of my feelings on each movie.
Right.
Says I've never done before, but for some reason I did this time.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, it says I wrote that I thought the movie was shot better,
Mm-hmm.
and at times told a better story, but somehow made less sense than the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, I liked the action. Apparently, in the middle of the movie, but at some point, I just got lost with the story.
Now maybe it's because I watched it after the first one, and you took a break between the 2.
Mm-hmm.
But my reactions here that again I don't have any recollection, but what I've written here is like the entire opposite of everything you just said. I wrote the direction style is garbage, the actor is boring, the motivations of the characters are boring. Oh man, this sand dune thing. Don't remember what that was. I just want them to stop doing ninja bullshit because it's always so lame. Thank God that movie is over. Is my last one.
Yeah, one of my last notes says 10 minutes of action in each of these movies so far has been okay, and the rest has been incomprehensible bullshit.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I found myself, yeah, just like being very confused. Like you said about the motivations of the characters. Like that's like throughout this, they really don't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It never gets better. Like the story, well, that's not true. I think by the end, the storytelling has gotten somewhere where it almost works.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get to that later. I've got a note about what I think happened to those. But yeah, I don't have anything to say about number 2.
Yeah, I'm good.
Number
Number
3.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Cart to Hades.
Ah, okay, that's the one I was thinking of.
Also 1972.
Mm-hmm.
My first note if you remember before, number 2 movie. It has been a long time since I watched this first one, but I don't think it matters. First note on number 3. Boy, it has been months since I watched that last one. Don't think it will matter much.
Yeah, mine. Oh, so it looks like it's been nearly 5 months since I watched the second movie, which I believe I really disliked.
I took very, very few notes on this.
I think this is the movie I took the most notes on,
Really?
apparently.
I wish these movies didn't look like crap, was one of my first notes. Yeah, the problem here is I took a bunch of notes, but they're all like, haha, nice death.
Oh, yeah.
That means. Why are her teeth black, I wonder?
My second note would be, oh, the black teeth is nasty.
Yeah, but I don't even remember that. I don't know what that is.
Oh, yeah, it's something that people used to do in Japan, right? It was considered like fashionable at a time.
Huh. Okay.
And
I didn't know.
yeah, especially like upper class people, I think, did it. But
One of my notes. I wish I could remember why I wrote this, but it says I wrote. Seems like we hit the halfway point, and they decided to start a new movie with a different story from the first 45 minutes. So, like, was there? I don't remember. Was there some huge change in the movie?
I cannot.
You don't remember from your notes either.
Nope.
I also mentioned Rambo.
Hmm.
Does he just go on some sort of killing spree at some point?
Apparently, I mentioned John Wick.
Is this the one where it ends in like the gravel pit thing? I think it is. Where like all of the bad guys are lined up at the top of like the gravel pit and he's in the middle.
Yeah, but like, I mean, maybe the Rambo thing is there, but for me, the John Wick thing is much earlier than that.
Yeah. This is my note about it being a different movie, and Rambo is about halfway through the movie.
But yeah, my last note is this last scene is intense. The fucking sound, though.
Yeah, the sound never really gets much better. It's always pretty crappy. Yeah, I guess I can barely remember this one. One of my notes in like my paragraph thing, the first thing says these movies are ridiculous. And yeah, I said I can't say this one's even better or worse than the other two. I do remember this, and I still feel this way. I felt like the guns took something away from it for me.
Yeah, mine is a lot of complaining about the sound of this movie.
Sure.
And yeah, other than that, okay, can we not have any more rape, please? And also, she killed him by biting off part of his tongue?
I don't remember that.
Doesn't seem like a way to kill somebody.
No, there's plenty of characters in movies that have their tongue removed and live fine.
Yeah, and in real life, too.
Yeah, you can live without a tongue. I also made a note, the last thing, and it kind of carries through. This is so I guess every movie is going to end with a lady trying to follow him. Because like almost not the first one, but I think from the second one on, and not every, but like I think like half of them, some lady's trying to follow him as he leaves with his kid. And yeah, like, I wonder if that's going to happen, and it does seem to keep happening.
Huh. All right, yeah, that's all I have for number 3.
Yep.
Oh boy.
This is exactly how I figured this was going to go. Don't really know.
Folks, we're just trying to get through this.
Yep.
So, number 6, I've got a ton of notes for number 6.
I have more notes.
For some reason.
I think this is the least notes I have. Oh, no, number 5 I have the least. 4 and 5 are pretty close. All right, so this one. Number 4, Baby Cart in Peril. Again, 1972. My first note, all caps, boobs.
Alright, can I read my first and second notes? First one, tits off the bat. Next one, more tits.
I don't even remember why I wrote that. I mean, obviously I know why. There were boobs on the screen, but
Just immediately boobs.
not memorable at all. I don't know. I don't know what happened at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah.
I did like this theme song. I said this might be the best theme song so far. Don't remember it though.
I don't remember it either. Huh.
Uh,
Yeah, I got notes about. This is the second time I've had a note about this, but I wonder if there was ever a spin-off manga or movie called Son of Lone Wolf and Cub or Lone Wolf's Cub or something like that. Daigoro gets his own story. I
Sure.
wonder. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't look into any of the outside of the movies for this.
Mhm.
It definitely could because of the way these movies end.
Mhm.
One of my notes says it only took 4 movies, but they finally seemed to be able to tell a story.
Uh-huh.
Which when I'm looking at my notes, I'm like, oh yeah, I kind of remember this one. Like this one had a story that was mostly something you could follow.
Mhm.
Because yeah, this is the one with the lady with the tattoo that dazzles people.
Oh yeah.
I also wrote, and that's kind of what you had said. If there's like a spin-off thing, one of my notes says, "I wonder if the cub will kill the wolf in the end." Spoiler: no.
Oh man, I didn't remember.
I also wrote, and I don't know why it took 4 movies to come up with this thought, but said, I wonder how much of a pain in the ass it was to push that damn baby cart around for 6 movies. Because he has it in not every scene, but almost every scene. It's around, and he's pushing it like.
Yeah, and it's not on like regular pavement or anything.
Yeah, it's on dirt roads, and it's a real crappy looking baby cart.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Also, I have a note that I have never seen parts of Japan that look like some of these places. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember thinking like, man, this is all shot in Japan. Like some of it just is like, man, this does not look like Japan. So that's about all I have. Well, no. I guess I have a bunch. My summation paragraph I highlighted.
Oh.
Yeah, this. I guess I said yeah, this one's easily my favorite of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So this is what I was said hold on for earlier. I feel like this one. I don't know this for sure, but it feels like they stuck to maybe like because these are all based on comic books.
Yeah.
And I feel like the other movies they tried to cover too much of like a series of comics, like too many arcs in the comic.
Sure.
I feel like this one they just tried to cover one arc and just tell like one story. I feel like the other ones they were trying to tell too much of the story all at once.
So that's why you liked it so much.
I think so. I think it was an easier story to follow.
More focused.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, yeah, the others felt like they were trying to tell too much story in not enough time.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. Can I read? So my notes were tits off the bat, more tits, and then finally blah blah blah. I wonder if there'll be a spin-off. And then my only other note, I'm going to read it word for word. I stopped taking notes for the most part because I was messing around with the PSP, and I just kind of want to power through these movies now. What? That's him? Fuck, man. I'm going to have to read synopses of these movies. I didn't, and I don't know what that's about.
Fuck, that's him.
What? That's him? Fuck, man. I'm going to have to. Yeah.
What? That's him.
I don't know what that means.
I don't remember these movies well enough.
Don't remember what that means. But I did not read any synopsis.
I do remember this one telling a fairly not straightforward, but just yeah. I felt like it was telling a decent story that wasn't just super convoluted.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other 3 felt like. All right. Done with that one?
Oh, yeah.
Number 5. Baby Cart in the Land of Demons. 1973. We finally moved to a new year.
Uh-huh.
This one has my least amount of notes. First one is these sound effects suck.
Mm.
This one, I mean, I don't remember the story of this one at all, but I wrote down, why would you write down that you have an illegitimate child and are keeping your true child hidden? Like, why would you write that down? Which I guess happened.
Good question. I don't know.
Next line, this story is fucking nonsense.
Uh-huh.
And yeah. And then my last paragraph thing, first thing is, I want these movies to be better.
Mm.
And then, yeah, this also, I think this, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd have to read the comic books to really know if this is worth doing.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like if it was an animated series,
Mhm.
or like now the more special effects and stuff you could do now than you could then, I wonder if you could make these better. I feel like
yeah, I'm sure you could.
like the special effects and stuff, and like just how storytelling was done, I guess, is just like, I feel like you could make. I feel like there's a good story in here. It doesn't need to be 6 movies long,
Mm.
but I feel like you could make this into something better. And I said, don't have high hopes for this last one.
My last two notes. One is beseech.
That must be from the subtitles, I would guess.
So yeah, I guess. And then I fell asleep and may have missed a big chunk of this.
Well, I mean, I can't tell you a single thing from reading my notes. Something about an illegitimate child. I have no idea.
My first note was, wow, the plot is just laid out there, eh? Everyone just spilling the beans. But what's the plot? No idea.
Yeah, don't know.
Yep. Last movie. Here we go. What's this one titled?
Last one, White Heaven in Hell. And I'm gonna guess this is a typo because I wrote 1914. Gonna guess it's 1974 is the year, but for whatever reason I wrote 1914.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's probably not correct either. Unless it's a prequel that they shot in the past.
One of my first notes says, "Why do we need to see that kid's ass?" I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But good question.
This is another one of my highlighted notes that I was like, "What?" I wrote, "Little confused on the Spider Clan's motivations." Who's the Spider Clan?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't have anything about spider clans.
I also wrote, and I don't. This is too bad because I don't know that it's true anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote, "This is easily the most interested I have been in one of these 30 minutes into it."
My first good note here is this is funky as shit, which must be about music.
Yeah, the theme song to this one was pretty good. I don't know if you remember. Like, I remember it's him in the snow.
I don't remember.
Mm.
Oh,
He's
but here's an interesting fact. Is the title character Ogami Ito is played by Tomisaburo Wakayama, brother of the producer Shintaro Katsu, who is known for playing Zatoichi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So he is the brother of Zatoichi.
There's a billion Zatoichi. We could probably watch
26 films.
Zatoichi, yeah, I was gonna say there's a ton of those.
Right, and Welcome to the Basement Man.
Mm.
Watched all of those movies.
Oh, that's right. He watched all. I forgot he watched them all. Yeah. I've only seen the Beat Takeshi one.
Oh, and so Zatoichi is a blind masseur, right?
Yeah.
So, which maybe we talked about this before, but in Japan, it's very common for blind people to become masseuses.
Yeah.
Masseurs.
Yeah, we have talked about that. I don't know why.
is because so actually Monday I have to do hata furitoban, which is I go out, stand and do the direct
Yep.
traffic or whatever, basically. But there might not be school. But the old, not this year, but I think until maybe 2 years ago, the person that I either gave it to or got it from was a blind masseur,
Hmm.
and I was like, that's weird when I first, and then my wife told me about how it's common, and so we probably talked about it there.
Yeah. Huh.
There we go. So next, Akihiro Tomikawa, who plays Daigoro, was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2005 for gun smuggling.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Was he the kid throughout all of these? The same kid?
I think so. I mean, they were
Looks
shot.
like.
They were shot in like the same year.
I mean, yeah, it was only 2 years. Well, 3 years, I guess. 72, 73, 74.
Hmm.
So it's not like they had to worry about him getting older.
And then I went on to start complaining about the sound. God, the sound is killing me. The sound of the dude in the water, whatever that is. The fucking sound of the baby car this whole time. It's just garbage.
Oh yes, the baby car squeaks and just it sounds horrible the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, my last two notes crack me up. Because I don't know what. Well, I know what one of them means. The first one, all I wrote was, "Oh, sick burn."
Okay.
I don't know what that means. He must. I think near the end of the movie, the what's the main character? He says something to
Mhm.
the bad guy at the end. It's one of the first times he has like a one-liner type thing.
Uh-huh.
So apparently, I enjoyed it. And then my very last note is just all in caps, like, "What? This is how the series ends? Are you kidding?" Because it clearly ends with them planning to make more movies. Like I remember that. I just like the story just
Oh, I remember the end of this movie now.
it's terrible.
It's unbelievable. It's like he's got like a rocket. He builds like a rocket firing baby cart on
Uh huh.
skis and stuff. Oh my god, what?
It's so it turns into this one is practically a James Bond movie.
Yes, for sure.
Like it's not in my notes, but I remember thinking that. Like God, this is like yeah, the whole thing is yeah, the baby car. It's bad.
Oh my god, skiing ninjas. Yeah, there was
Yep.
lots of guns in this movie. Yeah,
Yep.
that sucked. He had a
Yeah, the
Gatling
guns.
gun. He
Yeah.
fired rockets.
Yeah, this one gets like it's crazy if you just watch back to back the first one and this one, you're like what?
Yeah. Uh, I have a note. That dude just came so fast.
Wow.
I don't
Don't
remember
remember
that.
that.
Uh,
Maybe he's one of the Spider Clan.
yeah, maybe.
Clan. I still have complete blank on that. I have no idea.
And my last note is his son gone? Nope.
Oh no, okay, I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember either.
I don't. Yeah, it seems like they were planning to make more of these. To me,
You think so?
yeah. Well,
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe not. But why would you end it like that? It's so.
How did they end it? I mean, I remember the fight, in the snow.
Well, he like it's the same. Like he always like walks off into the. I don't exactly remember either, but like
Oh yeah. Well, you can't change that. That's just got to be the end of
yeah,
the
I
movie.
guess. I don't know. Oh, whatever. I didn't really like. I wouldn't recommend anyone watch any of them really. If I had to pick one, boy, it seems like I liked number 4. From my notes, it seems like I like number 4 the most. The one with
Yeah.
the tattoo lady.
The only thing about that I think is I don't know how much of the backstory you get in the subsequent movies. So, like
Oh, if you just
I
jump
feel like
into the 4th one, you're like,
yeah,
what?
I feel like you have to see the first one, right? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not going to recommend any of them to anybody anyway.
No, yes, I wouldn't either. I'm just saying, if I had to recommend one, I think I would say watch number 4.
Hmm.
But yeah, not knowing because yeah, they never try to explain the history of that character, the main character, at all after the first movie.
Yeah, and then just watch the end of the last movie. Just see, wow,
Yeah, that fucking Gatling gun.
shit done got crazy.
I'm guessing the baby cart probably plays more of a role in the comic book because like it always has like it was an escalation of that, right? In the beginning, like he had like a sword hidden in the handle, or there was something about, or yeah, like the baby cart becomes a better thing each time, right? Didn't he first he had like a sword hidden in it, and then later it protects him from gunfire somehow because he's like reinforced part of it. Like it becomes more and more and more of like a gadget that he uses, and then in
Mhm.
the end, it's by the sixth movie, it's just ridiculous. I didn't have this in my notes, but I honestly expected him to like pick it up and just like swing it around and just, like take people out with it.
Yeah,
Because like almost nothing is out of the realm of possibility in these fucking movies. Anything could happen. I feel like, but yeah, I don't. I'm good. I don't think I'm gonna ever watch any of these movies again.
I agree.
Maybe if I found like a cleaned up version, I'd be curious. Like, maybe I'll check this out, but probably not. So yeah, I don't know what we do next. I can't remember.
We have to figure out whose movie series we watch next.
Oh wait, no, don't.
Oh, I found it.
We also don't we have to see this? We have to see if this makes the
Oh,
top three.
that's true. Yeah.
I, I'm gonna. I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm gonna guess.
Unfortunately for this one, I don't have any of the visuals for the game or for that stuff set
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So you're just gonna have to listen. Everybody, if you've made it this far, congratulations. Come back for the next one, which will be a lot tighter and a lot more interesting. This one we just had to get out of the way.
Yeah, we just need to get this out of the way. I'm gonna tell you now, it's not gonna make it.
So the Dollars trilogy is still the best trilogy or movie series of all time, followed by Mad Max, and then John Cazale. What did we decide?
Uh, John C.
John C. was also in 3 other movies, and yeah, it's not even close to both
Not
of those.
not even close. And I'm looking at this other list. It goes under Star Trek, which we didn't like.
Yeah.
I'd say it goes above Stanley Kubrick, but not by a lot.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, but I mean, we're dealing with
It's
6.
near the bottom.
Yeah,
If we were going to rank the rest of these, on my ranking, it would be near the bottom.
it's
Not the
below.
bottom.
It's below Trimmers.
Oh, definitely below Tremors. Which, oh yeah, we need to.
Yes, we need to check
We need
back
to
in with that
watch
series.
the next Tremors movie,
Hmm.
whatever it's called.
Something like Cold Day in Hell or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. I have no idea. I'm sure it's good though.
Oh, it's got to be great.
We've talked about, but who knows if we'll ever actually watch that Karate Kid YouTube thing.
Oh, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I have not watched any of it yet.
Yeah, I think I watched the first episode or most of the first episode.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Hmm.
All right. So yeah, doesn't make the top three. Now we need to pick who's next.
Have you decided your next series?
Yeah, I have a sevenology ready.
Septology.
Whatever, yeah, whatever seven is.
Uh,
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have a three?
Yeah, hold on. I'm going to share the screen with you, so at least you'll be able to see.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And we're spinning.
Oh man, I don't have a clue what any of these are.
Yeah, I know. Okay, letters in movie names. So are we going with the letters in the name of the first movie, I would
I'm gonna
assume.
say, I've got 7 movies to pick from here. Which one do you want me to pick?
I'm going to say letters in the
Hold on,
first movie.
I can see your screen. Hold on, I'm not looking.
Oh, that's okay.
Camera back to you.
Well, you're going to need to see that again.
Yeah.
So you can see that. Yeah, letters in the first movie's name.
Like the whole thing, like if it's got like a colon or subtitle, all that stuff, that all.
Yes.
The whole thing. Okay. I don't know if mine does, but.
Mine does. Including the. If it's the something, you need to include that as well.
Okay.
6, 8.
Let's see.
Do we include the colon?
I don't know. It says letters. No. Okay.
36.
13.
Plus, there's also an exclamation point and a colon. So 36. All right, now
if it was any of the other 6 movies in this series, it would be much longer. But the first one has a short name.
All right, now comes the question: which is, if it is?
Oh, that's right. Is it most or least or what is? Yeah. Most
so if it's most, it's me. If it's least, it's you. Ready?
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me!
Now the decision is: do I pick mine or do I pick yours?
Mm-hmm. All right, now
I believe last time we did this and it picked mine for 6, I said, "There's no way I'm going to pick again. I'm tired of watching so many movies."
Mm-hmm.
But now that I've seen what my 7 choice was, all right.
I'll lay hope. You can pick yours. I'm fine with watching 7 movies. Just please be in English.
Oh, they're in English.
Good. Or at least modern Japanese.
I think they'll be easy to watch. If you could use one word to describe your trilogy, what would it be?
Slapstick.
Slapstick. Okay, So I'm guessing yours must be comedy. Mine's also comedy.
Wait a second. 7 comedy.
All right, I'm gonna go with mine.
Okay. Let me get a guess.
Guess what mine is. There's 7 movies. They're comedy.
7 movies. Only 7 movies in the series, right?
Yeah. The first one, like I said, the first one was 13 letters, 2 words. And the others would have been way more. Not 36. I don't think anything would have gotten to 36. That's a lot of letters.
Is it something to do with National Lampoons?
No.
Oh, man. Is it?
I think I've only seen the first one. And I've seen bits and pieces of the others.
It's not Cannonball Run.
Are there a bunch of Cannonball Run movies? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. 7 comedy movies. Is it Police Academy?
It is Police Academy.
Nice. Yeah, that's one I've thought about as well.
Yeah, when you get to 6, 7, 8, 9, there's not a lot of options. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Police Academy. Much easier, I think, to watch.
Yes, I've probably seen the first three, I'd say.
Yeah, like I can't remember. They all kind of blend together, of course. But
Mhm.
I know I've seen the first one, but the others I don't really remember
Mhm.
if I've ever seen the whole thing.
Yeah, me neither. Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be better than this was
Uh-huh.
for sure.
I have not checked on the availability of those, but we'll figure it out.
I know. Yeah, Netflix has at least a couple of
Does it? Okay. Cool.
them.
I just realized right now. I was like, oh, I didn't actually see how difficult it's going to be to watch those 7 movies. Crap.
Maybe they've only got one.
It's like they only have Police Academy 5. That's the kind of thing Netflix Japan does. Like, you have one of like the 3 movies,
Yep.
and it's the third one only,
Mm-hmm.
or the second one. Like, what? Why?
Yep. Yeah, but we'll find. Oh, Amazon Japan has.
Apparently,
bunch of
now
them.
that I'm looking at it, there was actually a TV series of Police Academy
Really?
in '90. Or wait, what? There were 2 seasons in '89, and then another season in '98.
Hmm.
I don't. Huh. I don't remember
It
those
looks
at
like
all.
Amazon Japan
Has them?
almost, if not all of them. Prime, baby.
The only one, they're all like was Police Academy, and then it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the 7th one doesn't have a number in it.
It's Mission to Moscow, maybe.
Mission to Moscow, yeah, that's the 7th one.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yep.
All right, Zatoichi. Nope. What's called Lone Wolf and Cub. It's
Lone
done.
Wolf and Cub. Yep, done.
Thank God. All right,
Seems like
so
never.
next, you guys should look forward to our final Botter Bam
Oh
someday.
yeah, yeah. I need to set that up.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Nobody should watch it.
No, no one's gonna watch this one.
Later.